Veteran reporter George Knapp and UFO filmmaker and journalist Jeremy Corbell leaked out a brand new UFO photo. It's a still image from an actual UFO video that they have not shown, but they leaked it out in their Tubi series that TMZ presented, right? UFO Revolution. We've been covering it on the channel. Put a link in the description, of course. Just kind of didn't get to this in time, but, you know, it's a brand new photo of a UFO. There's a little bit of speculation about, like, what it is and what's going on, what it looks like. So I'm going to show you guys the photo. Maybe some of you have seen it. And we're going to take a look at two different clips. We're going to take a look at what they presented in the Tubi series, the TMZ series. And then we're going to take a look at a clip from Weaponized because they then covered it again. From their latest episode. Weaponize is the podcast that George Knapp and Jeremy Corbell have, so in case you didn't know. And also, I've got some interesting updates on the video that I made yesterday. Okay, it was about a former pro wrestler turned politician named Jon Stewart, who came out with a Lockheed Martin leak of the UFO recovery team. I've got some information on that, so stay tuned till the end. You're going to want to see it. All right, so let's dive into this first clip of Tubi. Again, the photo is called The Chandelier. That's what they're titling the UFO. And it's interesting. So there's got a whole story behind it. So, you know, let's jump in and find out, y'all. Look, if you're new to the channel and you like content like this, hit the subscribe button, y'all. We put out a new video every day, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. I do not miss a day. And, of course, please hit that like button, y'all. That really helps out the video. So thank y'all so much for the support. And, of course, as always, comment down below of what you think of this photo, the surrounding story, and definitely what you think of what I'm going to present to you at the end about the video that I made yesterday. So I'm curious about that. All right, let's jump in, y'all. I've got it queued up, as they say. Again, the photo is called The Chandelier. Let's jump in.
Kind of shocked that a buddy of mine is going to talk with me, but, you know, it's an individual that has direct insight into what I call the Chandelier UAP. It was classified UFO UAP by our intelligence agencies. How's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm good. So you are aware that I have to receive something multiple times if it appears to be a military-based assessment that something is a UFO, right?
Correct.
So I've got a still image for something that I have learned to be called the Chandelier UAP. Does that ring a bell to you?
It does.
This still image, it was filmed, I can tell by the coordinates, it was filmed over the Persian Gulf.
It's called the chandelier because if you lay down on your dining room table and look up at your chandelier, it looks just like that. It's very thin, and the object does not circulate on its own. It is going in very small circles.
So what was the most impressive thing to you about this video, which the world has not seen yet?
The fact that it makes no sense. It is just the most bizarre structure with no purpose and with speed that has everyone across the intelligence community just asking questions and trying to figure out what this thing is. There is no wings. There's seemingly no place for anyone to sit on. It's just a bizarre shape that has a strange propulsion and disappeared immediately.
So you have obviously had great access to things that the public hasn't seen yet. And it is your determination that this UFO thing, there's something major to it and the public should know?
Absolutely. Absolutely, 100%. I can tell you that across the U.S. intelligence community, there are people like me and David, who have seen things and are asking questions and trying to figure out what we're seeing, because there are no answers. And when the higher ups see these, they just find an excuse.
Yeah,
That's what's frustrating.
Are you convinced that UAP are from some technologically advanced group that we don't directly know of?
That's a loaded question. There are so many possibilities. It's not us now. It's not adversaries. Is it us from some other place or dimension? Or there are so many possibilities that probably sound crazy, but I think about it a lot. And there are a lot of people in the intelligence community that don't make, the large decisions, but are interested in this. Where they come from, whether it's in the sea, someplace else, it's a mystery. And one other thing I'd like to say, Jeremy, is there are many, many videos that can't be released of surveillance of other countries that we are doing with UAP all the time, especially around aircraft and around ships.
Like Russian ships and two bad boys flying by. Not that I've seen it with my own eyes, but just saying.
Yes, I've seen quite a bit of that, and that will never be released, I'm sure. But
yeah,
as far as our collection in the skies, I have no problem with that. It's not new.
Wow, man, imagine what we're capturing with our sensors now. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate, for all this time, just kind of giving me your insights. There's a lot of people that I talk with, I kind of cross-reference, if something is legitimate or real. Just even knowing that what I received is an actual, mystery to our intelligence agencies, that's a good heads up. So I appreciate that.
It is a mystery.
It is a
mystery across the IC. Yes, it is a mystery.
I know, dude. There's some good stuff out there. I mean, here's the deal. I'm just glad that there's people in the IC interested in this, and hopefully if something is of that importance, people keep coming forward and giving that information to journalists or whatever, because I think it's, it's key. I don't know if the normal process is going to move this forward. I think that, unfortunately, we have to rely on whistleblowers and maybe even leaks to some degree, but whistleblowers in particular, I think, is going to move this ball forward. So anyway, man, thanks for your insights. As always, good to talk with you. And yeah, man, you just take care.
Thank you, and please keep doing your work.
All right, thanks, brother.
Bye.
So that's interesting, right? I got another clip, so stay tuned. Just a few things from that. So at the bottom, it said on the phone, unidentified intelligence official. That's what it said at the bottom of that. You couldn't read that. But he does say David, right? And at the bottom, they put David Grush, former intelligence official. The title text that they used in the Team C series. So they're connecting, right? Intelligence official. And he just says David, right? Doesn't say Grush, David Grush. He says David as in they're friends, or he knows them, or he worked with him. I mean, clearly, they're on a first-name basis. So that's interesting. People were saying that is David Grush on the phone. People were talking about that on Twitter. That does not sound like David Grush at all. And they were also saying that they used something to change the voice. That did not happen either. I think they talk about this in the weaponized clip. I heard that. And yeah, so that's according to them, that is not what happened. But I don't know. What do y'all think about this this incursion, this video that supposedly, I would imagine it comes out. Jeremy's putting the still out, and then we'll get the video. The story behind it is interesting. It is interesting what that guy's saying, right? That there's a lot of videos that they have of UAP that'll just never get released, man. It's just too sensitive, right? We're surveilling our adversaries, foreign countries. We'll never show that stuff, right? Like where we're at, how we're capturing it. I would imagine that the amount of video footage that is like, I wouldn't say illegally obtained, but clandestinely obtained, right? Secretly obtained, that they don't want to reveal is probably quite significant. And the fact that UAP and UFO will be on there is also interesting. What I do find interesting is that Jeremy Corbell says, like, Russian ship, is that what you're talking about? 2 jets fly by? I'm not saying I've seen that. And then that guy's saying, like, yeah, that's never going to be released. So basically, Jeremy Corbell is seeing, like, classified stuff. I don't know how much of an issue that there is there. Right? What is he getting access to? What is he seeing? I don't know. I find that interesting. But if he's working with people within the intelligence community, I guess they're allowing him to see it. I don't know. I find that interesting. So let's jump into the next clip here. Weaponized. Again, they're talking about the chandelier. You know, I don't know. What do y'all think? Look, it's not really exciting. It's just a photo, right? But the story behind it is interesting. I mean, I'll definitely want to see the video and see how it moves because it does look like some sort of lens refraction. And I know Jeremy hates people saying that, but that's just people's first reaction to seeing it. It looks like a little compass thing and, you know, or chandelier or something. I mean, it looks like the light you get from light reflecting off something, right? Does that make sense? Like going through some sort of a prism-ish. Like that's sort of a refraction you get, you know. I'm just saying it does look like that, but I don't know. They're saying in the video it moves and this and that, so clearly it's not, you know, that. But who knows when you see the video. But it is interesting. Look, no one else is putting out stuff we haven't seen before. So I'll give them that, right?
Jellyfish was not the only image that was released in the past week. We've been working with the chandelier, what you call the chandelier, for a while now, and that got uncorked as well. What's the reception been there? Not pretty negative again. Not quite as pronounced as Jellyfish, but yeah, it's diffraction is what everyone said. It's a missile. It's diffraction.
Oh my God, people are idiots. I'm sorry.
Jeremy, people are not idiots, man, for thinking that. Like, you know what I mean? You're releasing an image, right? A lot of people are just seeing it, and that's just their first gut reaction. They're not saying that's what it is. Maybe some people are definitively, but to just say it looks like that, there's nothing wrong with that. People are not idiots. Look, people should say whatever they want on their own podcast and do what they want. I do mine as well. But if y'all ever hear me start to call y'all idiots, please say something to me. I don't know why Jeremy calls his audience idiots, parts of his audience. Because there's a lot of people like me who watch the show who thought that too, and you're just calling me an idiot. Again, there's only so much you can take of all the other nonsense when you're trying to get information from somebody and watch them. You just, But look, he's also allowed to have his own opinion about things. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, maybe he's frustrated, whatever. I get that. Just say that. Hey, man, gosh, we put this stuff out. It's so frustrating, whatever. Instead of laughing and just calling us idiots. I don't know. It's just kind of my opinion. It rubs a lot of people who are, looking forward to stuff you put out. It just rubs them the wrong way, man. And just for no reason. You can literally lose people just for that. Just for calling them idiots. So, I don't know. Again, do what you want. What's funny is what's weird is if like George had said it, it wouldn't come off as bad. Which is so odd. Because again, George just comes off as like the grizzled detective, just, been in this a long time. Look at all those boxes behind him, poor guy. He's just like, sifting through all the UFO files, right? Just, if he were to say it, I don't know why it just comes off differently. So maybe it's just Jeremy Corbell in that sense. I don't know. What do y'all think?
So that's cool. So in the TV special, in episode 3, we start off with this conversation I'm having, and that is the individual's voice. It's not distorted. It's not changed. That's the individual's voice. It's not, I heard somebody told me there were some conspiracies of who it was I was talking with. Look, nobody I talked with on the phone would have ever leaked information to you and me. I'm not an idiot, right? But that individual you hear from is somebody that I can call and you and I can learn information from, like, is this legitimate? Should we pursue it? Is this something in the classified servers, designated UAP? It's just a way for us to check. But in the show, we talk about the chandelier UAP, totally different UFO or UAP incident. And it was over the Persian Gulf. I give the exact coordinates. We had, George, you and I had to decide. Do we give the coordinates or do we give the exact specific day and time? And you can't give both, because if you give both, you could unknowingly be compromising national security. So because the coordinates were on the image, then it's like, okay, we go with the coordinates then. So we give the coordinates. What you see looks like a compass rose, which Como said on the news, which is interesting. It looks like a compass rose. but it is actually it's from a video. So it's a still image that you can see on the Tubi Special Part 3 of a video that is classified a UAP inside of the secure secret servers. It has been hotly debated within the intelligence community because they know it's not ours. They know it's not Russia. They know it's not China. Whose is it? But again, it's from a video. So we released a still because, again, we like our freedom. We don't want to go to jail. We don't know if we're compromising national security by releasing more. It is something that can be followed up on. But I will tell you this. The video is fascinating because it doesn't move the way you would expect. There's no flight control surfaces. It moves in a strange pattern. And there are really interesting elements to that video. Look, if people want to release the video anonymously out to the world, they should do that. They don't got to go through me. They don't got to go through you. But this image of the chandelier, and I didn't make that up, that's what's in the intelligence agency's files. I
wonder if someone does have that video. Leak it out. If you're watching, leak that stuff out. That'd be great to see that. And Jeremy's right. I mean, people do send him the videos, right? So they could easily be posting them themselves, right? So that's interesting. So he's not. That's interesting.
What they call it, because they said it's like if you're laying on your back, you look up at a chandelier, that's what it looks like. So yeah, you and I released that in the series in episode 3. It is a completely separate UFO case, and people should look into it. And maybe let's put up that image. So Michael, if you could put up that image, it's fascinating in that it's in thermal as well. You see this kind of star or compass rose pattern of light. It's not like glare or diffraction or whatever these words people are using. You know, look, if you end up seeing the video, I hope you do, you can see that this is.
Look, technically, okay, this is semantics, but technically, if you can't identify exactly what it is, then everything else is still a possibility, right? So for Jeremy to say, well, it's not this, it's not, you don't know. Technically, you don't know. So I'm just saying that. Everyone take it, think what you want. Obviously, come to the own conclusions you want. But technically, if it's still a UFO unidentified, we don't know what it is, then we can't say what it's not definitively. Just like we can't say, oh, it's balloons, it's you can't say that either way. You can't say what it is or it's not. We don't know. There's just not enough information here to definitively say what this is. Because, look, there's this weird thing, this right here. Like, what is that all about? It almost looks like that's the pattern it took flying. And that is weird. It does look like some sort of, right, because it's perfect. And that's usually like a snowflake, right? To me, it looks like a snowflake. That's what I saw. Or a compass thing, right? It's got that all. Why would it have exactly that many parts, right? And just be evenly split. I don't know, but this one's like a ball, whereas these come out as arrow, at least these two, right? These are more ballish type. These have arrows, but it looks interesting for sure. And see how this sort of dissipates off, right? As well, sort of dissipates off, which is interesting, right? So it's like that's not actually part of the thing. It just looks like the tail end of like rays of light. It looks like light, to be honest with you. But again, they said it's from a video and it's moving and stuff. I wonder if, does it hold this shape the entire time in the video, or does this pop up and they do that? That's what he didn't talk about. And he says it makes little movements. Okay. But what? I don't know. It is interesting. Again, there's just not enough information. But look, there's coordinates. I'm sure people going through where this is and exactly what's going on. What's this line back here? Is that a road? This looks like maybe a road, right? A bigger road here. Another road. I don't know what that is, but it is interesting. Again, what is this going up like that? All right. Let's continue.
Hotly debated within the intelligence community, and it is within a classified server of a whole bunch of unknowns, unidentifieds, and UAPs. I'm glad we could get this one out, George. I know you like the look of it. It's an interesting one, right?
Very artistic. The week ended on.
So that's pretty much it there. Well, another thing about this real quick, look, that's the locking on mechanism. So it's not locked on. I don't know if they couldn't lock onto this thing, but that's interesting. So I don't know. All right, let's move on to the last story here, the video real quick as we head out. So anyway, tell me what y'all think of the chandelier, the story. What do you think about it? The, intelligence official that he spoke to on the phone. Some of the comments that he made. It was interesting. We'll wait and see, right? Wait and see for the video. All right, yeah, let's jump to the next thing. So yesterday I made a video right here. New whistleblower exposes Lockheed UFO recovery. And that guy's picture, that is John Stewart. That is the person who came forward on a YouTube channel called Redacted, and he told this story. He said he was contacted by a whistleblower, okay? And he said this whistleblower emailed him this story, then ghosted him, stopped responding to him. Then John claims that his emails were wiped, and that's why he decided to come forward. But apparently he has some screenshots, which he has not shared yet. All right. And we're going to take a look at one screenshot of, real quick before we go, I'm just teasing it out, of that whistleblower's comments. Now, I'm going to cover it more in another video because I'm going to interview John. So he responded to my video because I had some questions, and he made this video for me. Check this out. This is interesting. Because he was commenting down below in my comments of the video, and weren't sure if it was actually him. But he wanted to verify that it was him, and I emailed with him. I have his phone number. I am going to be setting up an interview with him, and he's going to be on vetted, right? So we're going to get to ask him some questions. But let's take a look at this video he made for me.
Hey, this is John Stewart. I just wanted to say hi and hello and introduce myself to everyone at Vetted. I am a real person. I am the owner of the Hunting Victor documentary channel, and Patrick and I finally coordinated and got together. I was busy today traveling and doing a couple of podcasts from the podcast laundry room in my house. That's another story. But anyways, I wanted to introduce myself. Looking forward to coming on the Vetted podcast with Patrick, introducing myself and telling everyone some more provenance, which probably I didn't explain well, about this crazy Lockheed story. And of course, if there's any questions about my alien interview documentaries. And I've got some updates on that because we had some meetings with television executives today. So things are looking pretty exciting. So I look forward to being on with Vetted and Patrick, and looking forward to speaking with all of you. Have a nice day.
I mean, that's a nice video. All right, look, I'll give it to the guy. He responded. He's going to come on the show and, face my questions. So got nothing but respect for that. Right? That's all I can ask. And again, going to treat him with respect, y'all. Anyone that comes on the show here, it will always be treated with respect. I just have some questions, right, about this alien video documentary, because he made quite a claim in my comment section saying that Danny Sheehan is supporting that video as being the alien. Anyway, you need to watch the video I made yesterday. I'll put a link in the description. Go check it out. So, look, we're going to have John on and dig into more of this Lockheed UFO recovery team whistleblowing story that he has, and also this alien interview, right, that he has. And just to sign us off here, one last little treat I'm going to give y'all. Again, this has not been shared. Not that I've seen. So this is John sent me this, right? I don't have the full thing. I'm hoping to get all of it. But he sent me some proof that the whistleblower had contacted him, or evidence. But it's just a screenshot. Here, I'm going to show it to you. This is a screenshot of the email. So take that as you will. And we're going to dive in and dig this apart with John. I hope he sends me the whole thing because I have some questions. Now, he screenshotted it January 10th, 2024 at 4:05 p.m. Now, his claims are when he went on Redacted that it had been 2 weeks since the whistleblower had reached out to him. So basically, right, that was 9 days ago he screenshotted it. So he waited like a week or so to screenshot this and save it. Seems interesting, but I have questions about that. But maybe he was sending it off to somebody at that time, and that's why he screenshotted it. That's also possible. And maybe he had other screenshots. I don't know. I mean, that'd be the first thing you would screenshot as soon as you got that email, if you thought it was real. So anyway, I mean, that'd be the first thing you do, right? So I don't know why. I'm just saying. So here we go. Let's read it. Hi, John. So again, this is the email that John is saying he got from the whistleblower. Hi, John. I saw one of your recent podcasts. Thank you for covering the UAP topic. I have some information you may find useful for this. I served in the USMC and Defense Intelligence Agency as an intelligence analyst and then moved to Lockheed as a security program manager. I no longer work at Lockheed. I was read into the UAP program, and the UAP issue is multifaceted. While it's generally known to the public at this point from the recent news articles that the United States has its own recovery and storage team for downed NHI craft, most of people in the USGIC community knows about this as well. What isn't known to the public, except to a select few in ICG, is that Lockheed has had its own internal recovery team for downed craft. This is the real core of the UAP issue. This is where the real core of the UAP issue lies. And that's the only screenshot he sent me. So it goes on further. But I'll be honest, there's a ton of red flags in this email to me. Now, John's saying to him, it seemed he knew in 12 seconds that this was real. No red flags for John. So I'm curious of the stuff I'll bring up to him, what he'll respond with, and why he thinks this is legit. And what process did he go through to make sure this is legit before he shared it with the public? Because, y'all, I get emails like this too. I get messages like this, just like this, in fact. That's what throws me off, right? Because this is how they all start. Hi, John, and then they switch out the person's name. I saw one of your recent podcasts. That's so general. Thank you for covering the UAP topic, General. I have some information you may find useful for this. And they just tells a story like it's not personal in any way. Does that make sense? He just sent this to like it's. Anyway, we're going to go through all this with John and see what we come up with. But again, y'all, I don't take classified secret stuff. I share everything. So as soon as he sent that to me, I was like, oh, this is going up. Like I'm sharing, like I'm not doing that. Right. And I will share all my correspondence with John. He wants to have a pre-chat podcast, conversation on the phone. I will record that as well if I have it. To be honest with you, I don't really want to have any chat. I want to meet him right on the Zoom and just record the whole thing. I'm not trying to have a pre-game chat. I just don't do that stuff, y'all. Not with this. Can't do it. Just keep it cool. Let's just talk on Zoom. Keep it all recorded. Be cordial, of course. Respectful, of course. I mean, who am I? I'm from Texas, y'all. That's what we do. We got manners here. But I am curious. Going to ask him some questions. So this is turning into quite the story, y'all. So we'll dive deeper into an interview I'm going to do with John. I'll let y'all know when that gets recorded and when it's going to go up. And I'll keep y'all posted, okay? And I've got actually another interview lined up for Saturday. I don't want to say who it is just in case it doesn't happen. But y'all are going to want to see it. I'm not trying to keep it secret. I just don't want to, have anything, whatever. All right, I'll tell y'all. Jeez. Okay, Mike Sinkowski, right? The witness that was on Weaponized and Stephen Greenstreet and all that. He's the witness to the jellyfish UFO video, right? Not direct witness, but he saw the video at the base, whatever. If you've been following the channel and following that story, you know exactly who he is. I reached out to him on Twitter, and he's potentially going to come on Saturday. I'm potentially going to do an interview with him. So hopefully he will. Mike, if you're seeing this, let's do it, buddy. That's just he's got a busy schedule. So we'll see. So I got some cool stuff lined up, y'all. So please, again, if you've watched this far and you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you can be aware of all this stuff. Again, I put out a new video every day, y'all. 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Everyone, as far as I can tell, a lot of people come here and meet in the comments. It's like just the town square because I put out a video every day. People jump in the comments, leave wonderful comments. I mean, look what happened today in the comments, y'all. We're like, kind of creating some stories. Vetted was never intended to be part of the stories, but, undoubtedly we are becoming to some extent. So I've got to learn how to maneuver this properly for y'all. Right. But yes, so always jump down in the comments, y'all. It's exciting. You never know what's going to happen down there. So anyway, let's get this going. So, all right, y'all. Thank y'all again for watching. Really do appreciate it. And again, don't forget to comment down below about the chandelier, what y'all think of that. So can't wait to read the comments on this video as well. All right, guys, it's enough of me blabbing. We'll see you on tomorrow's videos, vetters. Remember, every day's a gift. Peace.